prodigal, excessive, extravagant, reckless. I guess I fit that pretty well. I am reckless. Yet I'm still restless, still hungry for something, anything to fill me. Even the slop I've been feeding these pigs seems appetizing. I'm just that desperate. I'm lost. Lost to how I ever ended up here. How all my fruit became famine before I even had a chance to gasp. I didn't think these feelings of pleasure and these so-called friends would be so flimsy, so far from satisfying. I'm so far from home. I feel like I'm filled with every kind of evil, greed, and depravity. Like I'm senseless and heartless, arrogant yet ignorant. I gave up a life beyond measure for a life beyond my dad's boundaries, and look where it got me. I traded my father's riches for these pigs. I am lost. Even before I left home, I was lost. My dad is good in all he does. He's righteous in all his ways, and nobody could say otherwise. And he cared for me, made sure I was in need of nothing. Even the boundaries he had for me fell in pleasant places. And I had a delightful inheritance, but I got tired of waiting for it. His discipline, his rules, his commands, I just tolerated it all until I got his money. But it wasn't coming my way fast enough, so I demanded all of it now. He said, "Come, let us reason together." I said, "Get out of my way." He said, "What fault did you find in me that you would choose this way that leads to death?" I said, "Get out of my way." He said, "My grace is sufficient in all things." I said, "Get out of my way." But now I've come to my senses. I'll go back home, where there is at least food instead of slop and people instead of pigs. I mean, there's no way my father will accept me as his son, but maybe if I just act sorry enough and behave a little better, he'll let me stay as a hired hand. I don't need a dad anyway. I just need a place to stay. Father, I sinned against heaven and I sinned against you. Father, I sinned against heaven and I sinned against you. Okay, Father, I've sinned against... Who is that? Dad? Dad, why are you running? Like you never run. And how do you still recognize me? I'm filthy, I'm stained. Why are you hugging me? Like, don't you get it? I've sinned against heaven and against you. Why are you showing me so much grace? This robe and ring, they don't belong on me. Why are they on me? What? Celebrating? Why would you celebrate over me? I deserve to be a slave, but I guess I've always been your son. I didn't even finish apologizing and you've forgiven me. I'm forgiven. I'm home. I'm found. I'm not fixed, but I'm found.